Good morning from me and Bourbon. It is, I don't know what day it is. We're just like sort of really deep in lockdown now. But it is important to stick by the rules and stay locked down. So yeah, we're just, what have you eaten? Yeah. We are doing little bits in the kitchen before we start on our media TV room. So I'm sure a lot of people can relate when you sort of put off little jobs, like, I don't know, we're still missing a couple of handles on our doors. Like, if you put it off, those things can, Bourbon's gonna have to go. Those things can basically last quite a while, I reckon, without getting done. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Because you just start something else, and then that something else takes over, and then it's just pushed to the back. So we're gonna spend this week doing that. And then we are gonna start designing and sort of buying things and getting ready for the media room, which has had, obviously we've shown this before I believe, which has had quite a lot of work done to it. Well, as of next week, it will be our full attention. Our attention will be back on it, and we will be moving things out. It's full of stuff at the moment, moving things out, and then just getting, you know, the carpets ripped up, floorboards up for the plumbing and electrics and all that sort of stuff. So that'll be later on in this video. We're gonna start, we'll show you our sort of design process, what we're doing, what we're looking at, what we're thinking of creating in that room. We're hopefully gonna be creating a wet bar, which will be really exciting, really cool, especially for entertaining and, well, when we're allowed to entertain. Hopefully soon. In the meantime, the floor needs grouting, and as Talia is doing over there, she's doing sanding the walls. I filled them in this morning and just sanding them ready for uncoated paint. But yeah. Okay, so grouting is pretty much done. I mean, Talia and I don't proclaim to be sort of any sort of professional, tradesman professional. That's my dad, he is the professional. He's been doing it for 30 odd years. Turn this music down. But we're learning, and he's obviously was on the phone with me and just sort of guiding me as to how to do bits and bobs. And I mean, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people watching the clip prior to be that, like, what is he doing? Like, he's making an absolute mess. But first time doing something, you gotta learn, gotta start somewhere. And here it is. So it's still drying. I think the colors are going to lighten as and when, there's focus, as and when the grout dries. But yeah, it looks pretty good in my opinion. I need to keep sponging down the tiles. Obviously the grout gets everywhere, and I just need to keep cleaning it because it's pretty filthy stuff. But we ran out, well I ran out, I didn't buy enough. I bought one bag and we need 2 bags, so I've done half the kitchen and the other half will be done tomorrow, later on in the week. But not tonight because it's getting later and I've got to go to the shops, get some food, get some wine. Talia's cooking some cod or something from her cookbooks. So looking forward to that. And then tomorrow we're just going to be doing, well, I'll be doing a bit more of the grouting, but mainly the designing, the buying, and really sort of putting some thought into the TV room now. Obviously our main focus has been in the kitchen and the bedroom. Our ensuite is obviously on pause, it's a complete mess still, but there's not much work left to do in there, just some tiling, which when that gets going again, that will be the focus of a video. But yep, so we're gonna do some designing tomorrow of the TV room, which will be exciting. We're hopefully gonna be getting a wet bar in there for entertaining and lots of other fun stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Until then.
Dinner is served. Look at my portion in comparison.
I mean, the size difference isn't that much. It's not like when we have pasta and it's like a mound.
I've given you like loads and loads of mash though, because I said that 3 potatoes was enough and Dan said 4, and guess what? 4 was too many.
Okay, so for reference, this is the current state of the media room. So when we talk about our design process next, especially with the floor plans and the mood boards and stuff, it's good for just like a reference point where things are and what it looks like. So here we go. This is the wall that will be going, and we're gonna have, as we're gonna discuss in a bit, something to replace it. That is what is inside a radiator. Gross. We don't use this loo. We don't use any of this stuff in here. So that is there. And then obviously this will be going. And then round here, sort of see the size of the room. I get a reference point. So part of my job this week is to move all of this stuff out. Depending on how strong Talia is, can we move this vanity unit out? We'll have to see. And then sort of moving around. So yeah, this is just for reference. Now, let's get back to the actual sort of designs. Okay, so we have been spending the rest of the day designing the media room, and I think, oh, the dog wants to come up.
Wait, God, stop.
This room was originally a bedroom, and obviously we can tell that because there was an ensuite in there, but the previous owners used it as a study, and we did consider to use it as a study actually, because we thought it was a good idea. However, Talia really wants her drawing room where it's a more of a formal room, where where there wouldn't be sort of like, you know, hostings of parties or various things like that, or just like, it's nice to have that setting, and then also more of sort of an informal fun room. So the media room it became, and so we always had a rough idea of the layout and the sort of ideas we wanted to do. Let me grab this camera. So I am investing in a floor plan design tool for the Mac. However, at the moment, pen and paper it is. The reason I'm investing in it is because obviously we've got various contractors, and it's just easier to convey our ideas when it's in a professional format and laid out. However, this will do for the time being. I mean, it does the basics. It's got the walls in black, and, you know, measurements and various things. 1 square equals 10 centimeters. So, you know, there's measurements here. So the previous video, I quickly did show the current state of the TV room. So here it is. And what we're planning on doing here is we're going to remove that wall, and we're going to replace it with Crittall doors. So the black framed Crittall doors. So essentially what there will be is there'll be probably a solid piece of glass here, and then the door will swing here. Have I drawn that? No. Moving on in, currently here we have that loo and the sink and all of that other fun stuff. So what we wanted to do was turn it into a wet bar. And in a second, we're obviously going to show you the ideas, the style, and the colors, and all of that sort of stuff. Talia's been putting together an amazing mood board, but for the time being, just to give you reference points. So we're going to have a fridge unit here, we're going to have a sink unit, and then a question mark unit. We think it's going to be a wine rack, and we may therefore switch some of these round so that it's more user-friendly. But the sink unit has to roughly be here because that's where the current services are. And we want to get like an under-mounted, you know, sink that's got a nice marble top over it. Oh, it just look really nice. And then this sort of square here will be various shelving units. We want to have them all the way up to the ceiling, you know, like you would have in a sort of a bar where we've got glassware, drinks, all sorts of stuff. And it'll look with lots of lighting, and it'll just look really, really cool. And then here we've got our huge sofa that arrived the other day. And as you can see, it goes way past the window. And it's just a lot bigger than what we thought. It is a lot bigger than what we thought, but so is the TV, and that is how big it would take up on the wall. We didn't realize, I think we bought a 65-inch TV, which isn't, I mean, it's big, but they do bigger ones, but either way, that is like, it's taking up a large part of the wall. And this may shift and move. Again, yeah, so this, and the choice of having, instead of just a normal L shape, this is more of a, it's like a V, I suppose. Like this length is the same as this length because we wanted to have the facing not only the TV but facing into the bar area, so it opens up the room. You walk in and it creates this space where you can just sort of lie down, and then it's sort of, you're automatically facing and, you know, opening into the room. Then we're going to do some sort of side tables here and here for, you know, drinks and bits and pieces, and then the rest of it, the other pieces, we are sort of uncertain on right now. We are still in the sort of, we need to get into that room, clear out that stuff, and really start, you know, obviously I can measure using this, but just getting a better idea. We want to have potentially a coffee table or an ottoman or something for the middle, and then under here we obviously need some kind of TV unit. He's licking today. He's loving. But in relation to the bar here, it can't be too long because we've got doors, and obviously it can't be, we are in a bit of a sort of a squeeze, so we're gonna have to think about that. We have thought about moving the layout of the room around, however the sofa is too big and the bar units kind of have to stay here without causing too much disruption. But yeah, so this is the idea for the room if you're able to visualize it from what it is right now. And then let's go over to Talia.
So this is the mood board I created. Honestly, this is a very rough idea, so, you know, just take it with a grain of salt. But this is our sofa, as you can see, and as I said earlier, this is like the first thing we bought. So basically everything had to come from this sofa. Now, this image here is basically what, I mean, I took a fair bit of inspiration from this. I just found this on Pinterest. I really like the colors that they've used in here. I like the tones. The blue and the pink is something that we're doing in most rooms, you'll probably notice. So this is like a perfect idea of what I guess we're trying to achieve. And then down here is... Sorry,
the dog is just chewing the tripod. Stop it. Stop it.
He's being a little Mr. Mischief Man today. I'm really sorry for the baby voice I use with the dog. I know it's so lame, but it's the way it is. And then this is kind of like an inspiration for the bar. Now our bar will probably have an extra unit on top of this. But I like this. I like the colors. I really like the wooden shelves they've used here. I thought these are really, really nice.
The use of gold.
Yeah, the use of gold. I really like that. Yeah. Obviously, we're kind of threading gold through most of the rooms in the house, so we will be having gold. We'll be having gold knobs because we can't actually have gold bars. And then our fridge will actually be integrated, but
I still quite like the exposed fridge.
I like the exposed fridge too,
ours is integrated.
But this is the idea for the bar. And in terms of the bar, obviously I said I wanted to wrap it in wallpaper, or at least the wall in wallpaper. This is one of the Fornasetti Cole & Sons wallpaper, and I love this. I love the colors. It's blue, it's white, it's grey, it's gorgeous, and also they have monkeys on them, and monkeys are my favourite animals. So.
It's also just a bit jazzy and a bit different.
It's really jazzy. It's a bit out there, it's a bit different. I really love this. So to have this as like the backdrop for the bar would be really, really cool. Obviously these are like some of the crystal doors I looked at. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about that.
They are stunning, aren't they?
They're so cool. I really hope that we're able to put them in because I think that would just make it so nice. Gosh, what else? Okay, big pieces of the room. This coffee table is amazing. I love this, and I love this coffee table because obviously this is it like normally, but this is the top of it, and as you can see, it has this like pattern on it, this texture, and I just really love that. I love all the different colors that is weaved. All the different colors, there's like 2, but I do like how it's different toned. I like the way that it, you know, it adds texture. I love a lot of texture in these rooms, so I thought this was really special and a really interesting talking point as well, something a bit different.
So this is something we do need to measure, as I mentioned. Just need to get it, making sure that it will fit and not feel crowded, but I think it'll be fine.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It looks quite small. We need like small things because the room actually isn't that big.
Especially with the huge sofa.
I know, especially with the massive
I didn't realise
sofa.
how big the sofa was going to be.
I know, that's our own fault. We do this quite a lot. It's like the bed thing all over again. And then these side tables, again, these are actually quite plain. These are from Oka, and they're just plain, but they've got like this kind of grey wood effect. I want to interweave some light grey into this room. I think that would work really, really well. So, and they're actually very, very small, which is what we need. This rug, again, this isn't like a deciding rug, but it's the kind of vibe I'm looking for. So something very vintagey with that Persian element, but in like light, bright colors. I think this has a little bit of grey in it. Actually, looking at it now, I think this might be too grey. But either way, this is the kind of style.
Might need something with actually a bit of sort of pale blues and pale pinks.
Pale blues and pinks, yeah.
Just kind of like...
to bring us back from the grey. Yeah. And then... this,
my pillow.
Yeah, Dan's pillow. So Dan saw this pillow, honestly, it was like a year ago now.
It was about a year ago.
No, it was like 2 years ago now.
So this is like, I don't care, I'm just splashing out on this thing. Wait, is it gonna focus? No, it is there. I want this so bad from Gucci. It is just so cool. And I mean, it's pink and it's got the blues in, so it kind of goes, I mean, we don't want to go over the top with the pinks and the blues, so we obviously need to tone it down with, that's why we're toning it down with some of the grey and white items.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just love it.
Honestly, this is going to be like a very random piece in the whole entire room. I reckon people will walk in and the first thing they'll see is this friggin' pillow. But Dan wants it. I kind of want it too. It's very cool. So we're going to throw it in there and it's just going to be a thing. And then actually, you know what will I think make it work is, so because it's obviously a TV room slash entertaining room slash mixture of rooms, media room, we really wanted to put some...
Just going to spin it back around so we can...
So you probably saw in the mood board, if not, Dan will insert some clips here, but we are going to be putting movie posters or like movie-esque things on there. So I found obviously the classic Amity Island, Jaws sign, everybody knows that one. We found a really cool like vintage Avengers poster.
There's an artist on Etsy who takes a lot of, you know, like pop culture stuff from movies and then makes it into sort of like a almost like a 1940s sort of, you know, those like military recruitment posters, the like that sort of style, like really vintagey, really quite like quirky and cool. Yeah, just really cool pieces. And that back wall where the sofa's gonna sit, I really want to make that wall into just like a quirky wall, so like have random film things in there, posters. We want to start incorporating like our favorite music things in there, so maybe, I don't know, we've got a record player. Actually, the record player is going in this room, isn't it? And that's why it's pink.
That's why it's pink, the record player. But, you know, we want to put, like, maybe images of records on the wall or lyrics. I really want to get some sort of memorabilia. I know, I mean, this might be a long-term thing, but going to some auctions and seeing what sort of music memorabilia you can buy, whether it's, like, I don't know, a signed guitar or a signed record or some piece of clothing. Yeah, something like that would be so cool. We'd love that. We love our pop culture thing, and I just would love to make that wall into a quirky wall. It'd be such a little talking point, wouldn't it? It'd be so cool. So that's what we want to do with that wall, and that's why we're just going to go for the load of posters and things like that. And then honestly, there's not that much else to talk about. Yeah, flooring, like I said, we're keeping it clean. We love the flooring we've done in the bedroom, and if you've seen our previous videos, you'll know we've done Carndoon mountain oak in a herringbone pattern, and it looks amazing. Sorry, is that a delivery guy? No. The herringbone in the flooring in the bedroom looks amazing, and we wanted to continue that into the TV room. But yeah, so we are starting work on the TV room this week. So our next video will be basically just a sort of update of how we've got on, where we're at. Also really exciting, which I suppose this is like a reveal, is, you don't know what I'm about to say. We're getting a first quote through for from a landscape gardener to redo the garden. And so hopefully we will start doing, as summer is here in England. No, it's not. We're in April. Spring is here, and we're moving through into a, you know, summer. We wanted to get the garden done, so we have the outside space. And I'm not sure if we've actually shown on YouTube yet the garden, so I'll do that next week, and I'll also talk about our designing of the garden, and that'll be the main concept of our next video.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Thanks, Siri. We hope you enjoyed this week's video. I know there was minimal stuff that's happened, but we are nearly there with a lot more of it now, so please like, subscribe,
yeah, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at The Bleu House. Follow us on TikTok at The Bleu House. Anything else?
That's about it.
I think that's about it. And we'll check in with you next week. Hopefully there'll be a lot more.
Oh, one more thing to say. Hopefully the battery will last. We are now going to be uploading on Mondays. And the reason for that being is the big weekends have just become so busy. This weekend I was giving blood. Talia was, what were you doing? Something or other. And it's just, they're proving to be quite busy. So Mondays are going to be our new upload days. Yeah, all the best. Bye.
Bye.